time's a charm. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out how to use the camera. And it's just blurry. And the lighting, oh my gosh. Okay, it's learning as I go. This is the first time for everything. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to share on my podcast setup and how I record my podcast. So I set up in my room. I have my laptop, my USB mic, my notebooks, and I also have my command words for my Cree segment at the end of my podcast. And I also have my lighting set up. So I brought some of my setup from outside, like my living room area, to my room just because of the sound, the audio quality. I want it to be better than before. But I'm also sick too, so I can't really edit my intro and outro. I do want to edit my introduction on my podcast because of the sound in the background. It's bothering me, I know. But I'm learning as I go because this is all first for everything. I created my own intro, I created my own outro. But let's get to the main thing of the video is podcast recording. I'm going to be recording episode number 3. So I have my outline. Well, I have some questions that I want to answer on my notebook. And I have my outline on my other page of how my intro is going to go through. So I have my setup here. I have my laptop. So I'm just going to go into the program called Audacity. It's a free program where you can edit and record your podcasts. So this is how it looks up close, and I'll just record a quick snippet of, how it looks, especially when you record. This is an example of how I use Audacity and I record, so I'm just going to record real quick. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rising, Thriving, and Vibing Podcast. I'm your host, Keisha Tipwan. Okay, so that's how it looks when you record. It keeps continuing on, and there's also the time right there. So I made it to 9 seconds. Let's just listen. Back, everyone, to another episode of Rising, Thriving, and Vibing Podcast. I'm your host, Keisha Tipwan. So what's up, everyone? This is my setup. I have my outline all written out. I just quickly wrote one off camera, just so I can have an outline of what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to go kind of with the flow. I try not to do scripted podcast episodes just because, the perfectionism comes out of me, and it's just better if I just answer questions and talk as I go. That's what I do on my live streams, so I'm going to do it to my podcast because I'm an overthinker. I overthink a lot, and the perfectionism comes out of me. That's just part of being an overthinker. I create so much scenarios. I find one little thing that's wrong. It's just crazy. So we're going with the flow on this. I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to explain. I'm going to share the journey. The episode topic is about alcoholism. So basically me being sober from alcohol. August 24th of 2020, that's when I started. And I'll be hitting 2-year mark in August of this year. So that's pretty exciting. I'll be talking about that on my podcast episode. I'll also be answering questions like, why did I start drinking? Why did I quit drinking? And how my life is different from before and how it is now. So I'm going to be talking about that. Then I also have my Cree segment at the end. So pretty much how I organize this is I have 4 themes, so 4 Cree themes, and in each theme it has 5 to 7 words. So how it's chosen is people on TikTok and Instagram get to vote which theme they want for the next episode. So this week, the command words won. It was a close one between commands and adult-only words. I know the adult-only words are going to be so interesting to say because I came up with them. I also came up with them on my live stream on TikTok, so we'll see how that goes. I know it's going to be funny. I'm stoked for this episode journey to, carry on. So I'll be recording that as well. Let's just get through the main part. The main part is going to take... We'll see how long it takes because I talk a lot and I overthink a lot, so I have a bunch of thoughts just coming out of me naturally, amazingly, and effortlessly. Okay, let's get started. Okay, mic is where I want it to be. I'm gonna see if this is at the right angle, then I'm gonna start. Get some coffee. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Alright, today we're gonna get started with the top. Hold up. See, this is what I struggle with on the daily, well not on the daily, on the weekly basis. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hope you all are doing great. Hope you all are doing deadly. It's a beautiful day to be Indigenous. Alright. So today I want to talk about alcoholism, me and my sobriety journey. I'm going to talk about the urge to act up and be anti-toxic, plus dealing with temptations, especially as the weather changes, the season changes, just making me feel some type of way. Okay, so that's gonna be the starting of it. I'm gonna add more. My How You Healing Today segment, so that's up next. This is the beginning. I'm gonna go more thorough through it, but since this is just a YouTube video, y'all can see it on the podcast. This is just a start, and I'll record again. I'm just gonna stop it for now, but we'll get back to it. Finish my podcast episode. I forgot to record some of the segments on my podcast, but I'm a dummy sometimes. It's okay. We live and we learn. I finished it. I finished doing my Cree word segment as well. So the word that we are learning for this week is sleep or go to bed, aka napa. We also learned, I also learned, I'm so used to saying we because, I'm coming from a TikTok and I always live stream. The word I learned today was nipa, nibak, nipatan. So all these words change when you're saying it to one person, when you're saying it to more than one person, and when you're including yourself into it. So we learned 3 new words today. They're all the same, but they just change throughout. I'm learning as I go. I know Cree is such a complex language, but I'll get through it. I feel like having these on here really help, and I was referencing a book called Cree, Language of the Plains by Jean Okumesis. If I said her name wrong, just correct me if I'm wrong. I also mentioned that on the podcast. So that's where I reference, and that's how we learned today's Cree word. Okay, so now all I have to do is edit. I gotta add my intro, my outro, and I think that will be it. Then it'll be ready to get posted for tomorrow. So I'm just going to share of how I start my editing for my podcast. I basically start at the beginning and I start listening. If I have any empty noise, I don't really know how to, blank noise or like any spaces in between, I edit it out or I just delete it right away. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hope you all are doing great. Hope you all are doing deadly. It's a beautiful day to be Indigenous. Alright. So today I want to... Okay, so you hear that space right here? I'm going to cut it out. I don't know what that is, but let's listen to it. It's a healthy thing to do. And it's also good for you. I don't even think that's the right one, but I'm going to just delete that. Okay, right here, duh. To be Indigenous. Alright. Okay, these 2 parts right here, I don't know if y'all can see them, but I'm gonna just go ahead and delete it. Yes. Alright. Okay, that's too long of silence. I'm gonna delete that. Indigenous. Alright. So okay, I'm gonna delete these small parts. I'm gonna delete this part. Let's see. Yes. Alright. So today I wanted... Okay, that was too silent. I'm gonna delete some more. Alright. So today I want to talk about... Okay, that's decent. Anyways, this is like the process of me editing and just, you know, replaying if I have to, or just deleting some slots that just don't need to be there. Anyways, I'm gonna be doing this for a bit, so that's, you know, that's a gist of how I edit. Y'all, I just finished editing. I just finally added the outro. Now episode number 3 is complete and ready to get posted. Now all I have to do is write a quick description and I'll put it on my site, then get it scheduled for tomorrow's posting. Alright, I got this.